Happy holidays, my friends. It's Rain here from Rain Francis Art. Today I'm going to show you how to make some homemade gift wrap using acrylic paints. So let's begin. So let's make some gift wrap. What I'm using is this brown rolled paper. It's called brown Kraft packaging paper or brown Kraft paper, Kraft with a K. You can get it at the dollar store. That's where I found mine. And I've basically cut out a piece of it and I've taped it down because it is in a roll and it stays in a roll. I actually put this piece of paper under really heavy books overnight, took the books off, and it rolled right back. So you do have to tape it down or else it'll just roll right back. I've sectioned it off into 5 sections just because I want to show you the 5 ideas that I have. With regards to paint, I'm using all dollar store paints. Okay, they're all these dollar store paints, and I've already put them out on my palette. I have white, yellow, green, red, purple, blue, and this year was the first year I found these. This is metallic gold and metallic silver. So I'm going to be using all of those colors, or most of them, I think. And I saw some interesting patterns on the internet, so I thought I'd try some out and try some of my own as well. And then after I show you the designs that I do, I'm going to show you pictures of how the gift wrap looks when it's wrapped. And everything that I'm using today is from the dollar store. I bought dollar store ribbon and strings and candy canes and greenery and little things that I could decorate my packages with. I've basically wrapped some old books that I have, but I wanted to show you what they look like in action. And just a tip. If you're going to be doing this, make sure that you measure how much you need and then add a little bit extra before you tape it down and paint it, because you don't want to wrap your gift and paint on top of it because the paint might go through and you could ruin your gift. I love anything frugal, homemade, creative. This time of year, a lot of us don't have a lot of money hanging around, and if you can get everything at the dollar store to make some nice creative homemade wrapping paper, I say go for it. As for paintbrushes, I just have a number 2 round and I have my number 4 liner brush. You can use any paintbrush you want. So let's start. I'm going to show you the first design idea here. And this is very, very simple. I'm using my number 2 round and my white acrylic, and all I'm doing is painting some circles. That's it. And I'm going to try to go randomly around here. You can do them in a line if you want, but I'm doing them randomly. And I suppose you can use any color that you want, but I like the look of the white, and you'll see why in just a second when I show you what it looks like as a gift wrap. Okay, so seems pretty simple, huh? But look what it looks like when I wrap the gift with it. Isn't that pretty? The combination of the white background on the craft paper with the ribbon and the decoration. I think that looks really, really pretty. So that's the first idea. Now the second idea is kind of fun. It's for maybe the kids in your life or the adult kids in your life. What we're going to do is we're going to take our red color and we'll draw just a little circle. Paint a little circle. Just little circles in red. I'm just going to do 3 today, but you can do as many as you want across your page, across your wrapping paper. Now I'm going to take some blue And I'm going to be careful because my paint is still wet. I really should let this dry, but I'm going to just go ahead and show you what I'm doing. I'll try not to touch the red. But you know, when you're doing this, if you're just practicing, it's no biggie. But if you're going to do this for your wrapping paper, I suggest you let it dry first. Let each color dry before you add more. Acrylic works really, really well for this because you can't see the brown underneath. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take my liner brush, because when you wet a liner brush, it turns into a really nice fine tip, and it's almost like using an ink pen. You could use an ink pen for this actually if you want. Now I'm going to take my purple and just put a little bit of paint on the edge. And I don't know if you're going to know what I'm doing, but you'll see soon enough. These are antlers. You could use black for this if you want. I'm just sticking with some nice colors today. Trying to do this so I don't smudge anything. And you see the liner brush is great. You can do small lines, you can do thick lines with it. Very thin lines, I mean. I know it looks kind of funny right now, but as that blue is drying a little bit, we're going to add some eyes. Just tipping the end of my liner brush into the purple. And of course, if you don't have a liner brush, you can make these larger. They don't have to be tiny little ones like this. You can put 3 or 4 on just the top of your gift wrap. It doesn't have to go around the entire gift, right? So what I'm going to do is dip quite a bit of the purple. And I'm making 2 eyes. I hope you can see that. Kind of looks like reindeer. There, 2 eyes. And instead of the blue, you could use green, you can use pink, you can use yellow, you can use a different color of each one. Why don't I show you? Why don't I do a yellow one? I personally like the blue, but I'll do a yellow one. I'll start with the yellow top here, just so it dries quicker. I had a little bit too much water on my brush there. So why don't I just fill that in with yellow? All right. Yeah, with acrylic, you don't want to have water on your brush because you want to have that solid color. Into the red. And I'm going to draw the nose. And I'm going to take my liner brush, make sure it's nice and dry. I don't want it to be wet because then we'll have a transparent color, and we're not looking for transparency here. If this were watercolor, yeah, but not for acrylic. Got the washing machine going. Hope you don't mind if you hear it. Everyone needs to do laundry now and then. Okay, same thing. Couple of eyes, there you go. So that gives you an idea that you can do different colors. And this is what it looks like, all gift wrapped. Isn't that cute? I really, really love how that looks. It's very, very cute. And it's simple and it's fun. Okay, so the next idea that I had, let me see, it's very, very simple. And I'm going to use my purple color for this one with the number 2 brush, any size brush that you want. This is very simple, and you can use any color you want. Just little trees, little random trees across your gift wrap. You can make them big, small. But I use the same color. I'm going to show you another pattern with trees where we're going to use more color, but this one it's just one color. See how easy this is? I have a stray hair on my brush there. Here, I messed that one up, but that's okay, we'll fix that. Make it a little bigger. There we go. So this is just same color, random trees all over the packaging, and this is what it looks like as a gift. Very, very simple. Very nice, simple gift, you know, gift wrap. I hope you're enjoying this, guys. Okay, while we're on the subject of trees, why don't we do the next idea for trees? And for this, I'm going to use my green, okay? And I'm going to make these bigger. I hope that you can see this all right. I'm filling them in a little bit. And you can lay it on thick here, by the way. Give it a little stump there. And I'll do another one. These ones I'm not doing randomly. I'm kind of doing them next to each other in lines, you know. Depending on how big your gift is, you'll know how many lines of trees to do. These are just, you know, ideas for you. You can do whatever you want. You can put on a couple of layers too if you think it's a little too transparent. Just make sure that your brush doesn't have a lot of water on it because that'll make it too transparent. I'm going to let those dry, okay, because I want to put decorations on the actual trees, but I need them to be dry first. So what I'm going to do is start my 5th idea, and these are going to be little Christmas lights. So I'm going to use yellow and green, red, blue. I think that's it. So I'll start with the yellow. Loading up my brush, and I'm just doing little oval shapes. And what you can do is I'll take my liner brush and I'm going to grab a little bit of that purple again. If you want, you know, you can give yourself a guideline. And you can draw the wire. I need more paint on there. And you can use any color that you want. For this, just make sure it's a darker color. And this will give you a guideline of where to put your lights. And you can go over this if you want, if you think it's not dark enough. You can do whatever pattern you want. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the yellow and just put some random yellow lights. Okay, and then you can go ahead, make sure you have a nice dry brush, and do that with any other color that you want. I'm going to try red here. You can use all the same color too. Whenever I put my Christmas tree up, I only use red decorations actually. I don't have anything but red decorations, and that goes for the lights and the actual decorations on the tree. I love red. Okay, now I'll switch to maybe some blue. So make sure that brush is very, very dry. And I'm going to load it up with color. You're kind of making little, you know, olive shapes. Oops, I got a little red on my finger there. Be careful. And you can do as many or as few as you want, of course. Cleaning off my brush, and now I'm going to go into the green. Do a little green there. I find the green is not as solid as the other colors, so I have to put a lot on my brush. You'll have to do a little practice first and see how much green you might need. But I would say, you know, leave yourself a little time in the afternoon to do this. Get all your wrapping paper ready. And you know, you can do little tags too. You can cut out some cardboard and do little tags with the same design. That would look really nice. Okay, so those are the Christmas lights, and I'll show you what that looks like on gift wrap. Isn't that nice? That's very festive, and that doesn't need any extra ribbons. That's beautiful the way it is. All right, so why don't we finish up our green Christmas trees. They are more or less dry right now. I'm just making sure that my brush is very, very dry. Okay, and I'm going to use my gold color right now, that metallic gold, and I'm going to put some decorations on the tree. The gold kind of washes away a little bit. What I'm going to do instead, maybe you know why, because it's kind of the same color as the craft paper. So maybe gold might not work unless you put a little white. Like if we did this, put a little gold on white, you know, you could do it that way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my silver, that metallic silver, and put on my decorations with the silver instead. That really shows up well. Yeah, that shows up really nicely. Just little balls of circle. Balls of circle. Did I actually say that? Balls of silver. Reminds me of the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop, what is it called? Stop action animation. Burl Ives played the snowman, and he sang that song, silver and gold, silver and gold. I don't have a voice for singing, but you might know the song. Yeah, silver works with this much better than the gold does. Okay, so just going to wipe off my brush. And I'm going to pull out my liner brush because I want to put a little star on top of the trees. I want to make sure that's really nice and dry because yellow is a little bit transparent. So I have to load that brush up. Let's see if I can make a little star. Or what looks like a star. How about that? Just the idea. There. And we've got our Christmas trees. So why don't I show you what that looks like when you have it all wrapped up? Isn't that pretty? With a little bow. I hope that you enjoyed this, my friends. Just a little bit of arts and crafts today. Something different than what I usually do on Rain Francis Art. Let me know in the comments if you make your own gift wrap, if you paint your own gift wrap. I'd love to hear what ideas you have. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.